Cynthia's tenure with Western Pennsylvania Conservancy is the longest tenure that I can think of a conservation leader in Pennsylvania. Maurice Goddard might be the only contender with Cynthia in terms of like longevity.
When I saw that she'd been with the Conservancy for 51 years, it's like, she's not even that old, is she?
It's just such a rare situation for someone to have worked at one organization for the length of their career.
It's extremely unusual. I've been in the field for 50 plus years, but just not with one organization. She stayed with the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy for all those years. It's amazing.
I joined the organization in 2007, and Cynthia, of course, had already worked here for a couple of hundred years at that point. She has had a bigger impact, I would guess, than anyone else on the Conservancy and the whole history of the Conservancy. She started as a staff assistant in the 1970s, but by the 1990s, she was a vice president. She has run our Natural Heritage Program, that is one of the biggest ones in the country.
She's been on a variety of advisory committees for DEP and DCNR.
She was often in Harrisburg. I don't know how many turnpike miles she burned.
She was co-chair of the effort that brought over $1 billion in abandoned mine funding to Pennsylvania.
Cynthia and John Dawes were directly responsible for that, and because of their influence, Pennsylvania is the largest recipient of those funds in the nation because we have the largest amount of abandoned mine land.
As Cynthia retires, she can know that she made such a big impact. And you can see the impact all over Pittsburgh of our gardens program, of our community greening work. One of the places where Cynthia has had just a huge impact with her work has been the Clarion River. We started with a single land conservation project and then began to do another and another. And ultimately the result has been 30,000 acres of forest land protected along the Clarion, miles of protected stream banks, and a river that's just almost fully restored.
She managed to pull down the most significant land acquisition in 65 years that DCNR had done, where we were able to purchase and move into the all-state forest system 17,000 acres, and she was the central person pulling that together.
She worked in the Laurel Highlands with local community leaders, local government officials, landowners, and she contributed to a net outcome that was just giant. We've protected over 80,000 acres in the Laurel Highlands.
Cynthia always took a Renaissance approach to conservation. She was equally adept in the arts world, the history world. It's not easy to get UNESCO delegation. That is a big deal. And Cynthia achieved that for Falling Water.
Probably it wouldn't have happened had she not pursued it vigorously.
Cynthia is just a rare leader, always understood the issues and the nuances of the issues, but she also understood the relationships, how different people were going to think about those issues.
Her demeanor is serious, she's very thoughtful, and therefore whatever advice she may give is wise and well-reasoned.
She was a real role model for women in conservation.
I think she's one of, a handful of women in this state who have become important drivers of environmental policy.
In addition to all that she accomplished, Cynthia was just such a pleasure to work with on a day-to-day basis.
She's very serious about her work, but she's a very much a fun person. She enjoys the outdoors, she enjoys people. I mean, she always looks so put together. Myself, I went out in the woods doing things, went on trails, paddling, clothes, hair, mud. I mean, I think these kind of things happen to most of us, but Cynthia never looked disheveled in any way. I mean, she's utterly unflappable.
Cynthia, congratulations. I would still talk you out of retirement if I could, but there is no one more deserving of a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Good luck and happy trails.